Welcome to Talent Takeover
Unfiltered.
When it comes to working hard and keeping it real, we know our shit. Self-care, happiness, inner peace, and time. I'm Brianna Rooney, and this is Taylor Bradley.
Hey, y'all.
And we have thrived in chaos and turned it into an art form. So Taylor, what are we doing here today?
We're here to give you a raw, under-the-hood view of all things recruiting and finally give credit where credit is due to a long underrated industry that's full of quote-unquote experts.
All right. Well, then let's take this show to the road. Shimmy, 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 shimmy. Welcome to Talent Takeover Unfiltered. We are here with, a pretty badass announcement episode, which is, Taylor, hit him with it.
1 year of Talent Takeover Unfiltered airing, coming at you through Spotify, Apple,
and wherever the hell you listen to podcasts.
Whatever the fuck you use. It's in your car. It's on your tablet. We're here. We're in your ear. We're here and we're in your ear.
Oh, what a catchphrase. You have been listening to that. Her catchphrases for the last year.
You're welcome.
I did have to ask, hey, how many episodes have we done this year? And well, there's 52 weeks in a year. So hitting you there.
I am so impressed by that because this, again, we go back to this all the time, like that we just started this to shoot the shit. And the fact that we have listeners globally and that, we have
T-shirts.
Yeah. T-shirts, Talent Takeover with different colors. We love these T-shirts.
I do.
They're really soft. I know. And then we've got people buying our merch. Like it just kind of really is wild when you think about what this started as and then how far we've come.
Yeah, it's awesome. And also just in case, because, remember, you can now see this podcast on the Millionaire Recruiter YouTube. So look at our bedazzled, just in case anyone didn't see it. I'm wondering how many people are going to start asking for these.
Oh,
because they are personalized.
And they are, I was about to say, they are customizable too. Mm-hmm. So, but they'll cost you a pretty penny to get some that are exact replicas of these bad boys.
Unless we start outsourcing.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking, Kate's probably like, nope, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Don't offer that shit. But no, I mean, I would love to hear from you. Did you ever think that we were going to have the success that we did with this?
Of course, first of all, because I think big and high. But no, I mean, like, I always thought of it as a lot of work. Let's just add one more thing. But, whenever we record these, which we try to do it, once a month, because we want to be like as relevant as possible and in the now, right? But it's a joy to my day. We do them in the morning, we get all pumped, and then that day is always pretty fucking awesome.
Same. Yeah, so it energizes us for the day. Yeah. I love that too. Yeah. I mean, I have to say, so that was something that a question that I was asked, that was I surprised that it's taken off the way that it has? And I was like, yeah, actually, because I had no idea that we would cast the net that we have. Let me just say that. Like, it's not even just TA professionals that listen to us. So then the net being cast as wide as it has is what has been pleasantly surprising to me.
Agreed. And actually, I thought we would stick very strongly on only TA and recruiting subjects. Mm-hmm. And I have no data backing. You would think I would be prepared. But I'm wondering how many TA versus mindset and just overall career, advice and stuff like that we did versus just TA recruiting. Because as we know, and there's so many reports that come out about this, it's all about the mindset. Yeah. It's all about where you are, how you're handling it, how you're treating people, stuff like that. Like there's a lot of that shit. So that I dug for sure.
I love that too. And I love that we were like, these are things that started for us from a recruiting standpoint, but it's like, wait, this is actually applicable to all people across all industries. Like when we talk about how you should approach layoffs, that's not even specific to recruiting. What to do to stay relevant in this market, that's not specific to recruiting. So yeah, I would also say that would be really interesting for us to see the data behind that and like how many we've done from like more of a business standpoint, mindset, and then versus recruiting.
Yeah. And it's been really cool. So to totally answer your question without like an asshole response, I have been surprised by how much people are like into it. It's like, because I was never, just like YouTube, like I was never a YouTuber. I was never a podcaster. Like that was just not really my jam. I personally just like to read books. That's my thing. I go on Pinterest and I like those motivational things. But anyways, what I liked about this is that it does get really intimate and it does feel real. And it does feel like, even though we're just talking to you all from afar, it feels like we know you and it feels like we're invested in it. And so it's definitely been a really cool experience and one that I didn't expect. Like I didn't expect, wow, like all the messages and wow, we're finding different business this way. And, it just kind of seemed like a fun thing. And then I'm going to get a little emotional on you for a second, but you and I have come closer from the podcast.
For sure.
Like we've developed a
1,000%.
stronger bond and relationship, and which of course also has a great ROI, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I think it's, I can't wait for Jessica to ask you the questions that she was asking me, because it was very nostalgic, some of it, to like think, how far we've come in our relationship and like with this podcast and just the stuff that we talk, because I'll be honest, I was like that, some of my favorite episodes were the rise and the fall and how real you got. And like, I was asking you some questions that I'm sure our listeners think I probably already knew the answers to, but no, I mean, that was one of the episodes that I prepared the most for, because I wanted to ask you things that I didn't know. So I learned new things about you, even to your point, throughout us recording this. So yeah, it's been a good bonding moment. They're like, these
Thank
bitches
you.
over here aren't that sentimental. They're like, we're not. It's like we
have hearts.
It's black, but we have a heart. It's there.
I will say, my boyfriend, when I was like, I don't know, 18 or 19, wrote me a letter after we broke up and goes, I just want to let you know you're heartless. I was like, okay.
Proved your point. Okay.
Go on.
Tell me more. Tell me more. Like, you're not offended at all. It's like, thank you. Thank you. No, but we actually, for our listeners, you actually do have a really big heart. Like one of the biggest, but we just talk a lot of shit, but we actually are not heartless bitches. Yes, we just talk like we are.
It's our brand.
Cheers.
Okay?
It's our brand. It's our brand to be bitchy.
I love that. Although don't get me started, because I just did this article that's going to be featured in Alpha, actually, which is exciting. If anyone doesn't know that, it's an amazing women's network. But it was essentially about negotiating and why women don't do it. And so when I was doing research on it, it was like, it's because you're perceived aggressive, and so aggressive equals bitchy, but aggression from a man equals confident.
Yep.
No. So we're just confident bitches.
We're assertive. I've been like told that my whole life. Like assertive is like, people confuse assertiveness with aggression, and just being assertive and just telling people like straight up, matter of fact, what it is. When you're a woman, you're definitely perceived as a bitch. And if you're a man, it's like, okay, well, he's a hard ass. He's, like we appreciate the straight shooter. Yeah. Like he gets shit done. He's a straight shooter. And then it's like, for us, that's still, I wonder when that'll ever change. It's 2023 and that still exists. So I wonder when that perception will ever change.
Good question. All right. Well, let's not play or hate for a second. Let's talk about some more wins. What was your favorite episode?
Well, I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you that because I already told Jessica that in my questions.
Okay. Well, so then for the listeners, you guys what we decided to do, we thought would be really fun, was have Jess, who produces this for us, ask us a bunch of questions behind the scenes so the other one can see, and only when it's live. So again, if you're also a listener, you know that we prepare to a certain extent for this, but Taylor and I have no idea what the other one is going to say.
True.
We have like our own docs, our own shit. So that's the fun part. So we wanted to keep it real. And that's like what the podcast is about, right?
All about it. Yep. So we want to just thank you guys for being our devoted listeners, subscribers. If you've bought merch, if you've just supported us on LinkedIn, anything, any way in which you support us, we thank you truly from the bottom of our black hearts. We really appreciate it, though. And I think that our listeners who have reached out to us can probably attest to that if you reach out, we will get back to you. We love hearing from you. And we so appreciate the support. We have so much fun doing this and can't wait to do it for another year.
Yeah, nice. And also out there for, companies, we do offer sponsorships. Recruit CRM has been great with the sponsorship and stuff like that. So, shout out to them. We have them on the podcast as well. So like, even if you're just a company that wants to shoot the shit with us, let's vent, let's give actionable, feedback and stuff actionable, items to do and strategies to build and, cool rec tech, stuff like that, hop on as well. Cause we always have fun with that. I think that's also what's been cool is we've had more guests on than we originally even wanted, because we actually had people reach out and be like, hey, I've got something to say. It's like, oh, cool. All right.
Yeah. And it's been people, like you said, this started out being like a talent acquisition recruitment focused podcast. And then we've had so many different people from all walks of life, doctors, people that are career coaches. We've had engineers, we've had, all kinds of people. So that's been really cool too, to see how we've diversified, the guests in which we brought on to make the content applicable to everybody, not just recruiting. Yeah.
Love it.
Thank you guys.
Yes, we thank you. We thank you. We thank you. We can't thank you enough, because really, just like what I say on the YouTube too, it's like all of the feedback, all of the subscribers, all of those things, they all really, truly, deeply matter to us. And it's what motivates us like to keep going, and to keep having things to say. And I think that it helps, because what you're going through, we've either already gone through or we're going through it now. So
yeah. And we'd love to hear from you guys. Like, what has been your favorite episode as we recap this year? Like, what's been the episode that spoke to you, or just something you thought was funny? I would love to hear from our listeners. And then we should do some kind of giveaway, some merch giveaway for somebody. So we'll think about that, but definitely reach out to us and let us know what your favorite episode was, what you got out of that episode. And maybe we'll get some merch over to the person that gives us the best answer.
Ooh, I like that. I kind of want to play like a drinking game of some sort. Like, how many times have you said, I know, how many times have you said cackling hens?
Oh.
Or, like, how many times do I say, sorry about that tangent?
Yeah.
Or I probably don't even say sorry. I said,
or how many times do they say fuck or God damn it? It's like, that is probably the drinking game. Like,
oh, I got it. How many times have I talked about my mom?
They're going to be on the floor. They're going to be on the floor drunkard. If it's drunkard. How many times have we talk about your mom? Yeah. Who I get to meet in 2 months. So for our listeners, I'm so excited for that.
Now you got to tell them why you're meeting her.
Well,
not
because
just for shits and giggles.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm going to her house. I'm moving in. You don't know that yet, but this was the way I was going to tell you, is that I'm actually moving in, and, that bedroom that you have downstairs, I'll be living there for a little bit and then transitioning to Tahoe. But no, so Brianna is speaking at the SHRM conference, which for our listeners, I'm sure a lot of them know what that is and how big of a deal that is, and especially in the HR world. So she's speaking in Vegas. So I was like, how the fuck can I not go? And then she sweetens the deal by adding her mom in the mix. I'm like, okay, I'm fucking going. So,
I'm speaking the day before my mom's big birthday, and so she's going to already be in Vegas. And she was like, how much are the tickets? I'm like, Mom, they're like $2,500. She's like, I have to be there. I'm like, all right, let me see what I can do. Let's see if we get a mom discount.
I love it. And so she's going to be there celebrating her birthday the next day after you leave?
The next day. Yeah, remember, come on, Flag Day. Big deal.
Is she going to be wearing the boots? She better have the boots.
Of course. Oh my gosh, got those boots.
Aaron's going to die because I told him about the boots. Like, when you first told me that story about how the boots, and he just thought it was as funny as I did. Like, Flag Day, like, what day is Flag Day even? Like, it's not like a nationally recognized
June 14th.
Holiday. But if you ask people, would they know that? If you know it because it's your mom's birthday, but it's like, day? Okay. Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
For the listeners, because now my mom's famous at this point, we are going to do a little short. We'll put it on YouTube and on Instagram, the whole kit and caboodle, and we'll probably get those boots in the frame just so they can really feast and enjoy this.
Yes. Yeah, we got to. I got to see them, and then our listeners have to see it. And then, I mean, that's probably going to go viral. Her boots.
She'll love it. She'll start making them. She'll be like, I made these, of course.
We can start, but hey, we can put that as merch. That could be some of our merch. True. If you want your own Flag Day boots.
I was thinking about having your face on them. Your face on one side, my face on the other.
Ooh, yeah. On the front of them, like just big face. Yeah, I like that. I don't know why we both just did that. I was more talking about like the boots. I'm thinking shoes. I did the T-Rex hands. And I said, we are not drunk. We're not drunk at all. We promise.
No, it's still technically, well, for me, it's about noon.
Yeah.
So I guess.
So she is drunk. She is drunk. So yeah, she is. Sorry, y'all.
Love it.
All right. That was fun. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate y'all.
Yep, absolutely. And don't forget, I mean, if it was this good the first year, how good is Talent Takeover Unfiltered going to be the next year, right?
Mm-hmm. That's what she said. If it was good the first year, how much better will it get the second? All right. Bye.